So yeah, I want to go. I want to go into depth, but not so far into depth that we're here for 5 hours. Just
No,
talking
no, no,
through it.
no, no. Just as a general idea, right? I'm opening the encyclopedia. Can you do the same as well, please?
I can indeed. Who are we looking up first?
Let's start from the bottom. The bottom. What are we looking out for on the emotion? What are we
Uh,
worried about? What does he do?
so emotions. So with this entire dungeon, I always recommend don't let them get linear to you. Emotion is one of the biggest
Mm.
reasons why he will attract himself halfway across the map to get to you,
Uh-huh.
and from there, absolute just nightmare because you've then got to get rid of him, get him back in the pile. Um, so the biggest worry with this guy is he will attract himself. If he gets a chance, he will do it. So MP reduction, keep him
Gotcha.
away, lock him in
Emotion.
somewhere. That is the emotion.
Check. Immerok.
Um, Actually quite fun. I like hitting the Emerox.
Nobody
So
ever says that about mobs. No.
yeah. But essentially
I,
they sacrifice everything around them. So
yeah, I
they
apologize beforehand about my guest. He will say things like, "This mob is fun. This is enjoyable."
yeah.
None of it is enjoyable. It's an end game dungeon that's designed to cause massive suffering.
Oh, I love it. Anything that's a good bit of a challenge, apart from
Yeah.
count, but we talked about count in the podcast.
Oh, plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
tend to like the things people don't usually like, which is weird.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, so the Immerok
Go on.
essentially will
Immerok.
sacrifice as much as it can around itself. Um,
Okay.
so explosive arrow, fulminating, things like that are absolutely
Yeah. So is it like
beautiful on it.
a what is it called? Damage sharing, where he takes damage on behalf of others.
Yeah, it's literally the sacrifice spell.
Hello, hello, Potato Pock. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, potato. Um,
So he sacrifices.
so
Next
the,
one.
so before we move on, one last thing with the Imara, the damage
Mm-hmm.
sharing will not phase it. You physically need to hit it to actually
Oh,
phase it.
right on. Okay, deal,
Yeah.
deal.
Um,
Amy Hammer.
the Imiyama is essentially their healer. Um,
Okay.
so as long as you, with those, you just want to, again, keep them back, keep them away, don't let them get linear, and
Mm.
then they're not too much of an issue. Um, the only thing,
Big
well,
damage.
yeah, yeah, they can damage. I believe they do AP reduction, but I don't really ever let them get close enough to do it.
I'm just
But
going to show everyone in the chat because we will be heavily relying on the Kraz to deal damage. What essentially we're going with is a crit build on the basis of Numaro, Tread Fast, I've got a Spilling Ring, Jahash for mega damage, this for extra crit and crit damage, long range, Snail Mate, and all the classic Dofus setup.
yeah,
And we will be playing around with AoE sort of spells, so concentration, fulminating, exploding. We should be having fun with exploding arrow. Have you seen the damage that it does on
yeah,
Eslix's video when you can apply twice on one character and then boom, let's go.
yeah. I've had a
What
play
else have
around with
we
it
got?
myself. It's
Yeah.
it is broken. It's fantastic.
Does that mean, given that we've got two Kras, we'll be able to stack 8 of them? 4
I
each?
think as long as they're not on the same target.
I think we're gonna do it in 3 minutes, this dungeon.
Uh, Hey,
Wow.
and cheers for the raid, by the way. Welcome to the
Yeah.
stream, everyone. Um, okay, so
Next.
there was one last thing with the Imara. They can jump. So
Right, okay.
it
So
is
gravity.
it is only short range. I think it's 3 cells. But yeah,
Mm.
it can be a little bit problematic. But
Hmm.
again, you just keep it away. So I
Deal.
believe the next one is going to be the Emetsu.
It's my least favorite from memory.
Um, I would describe them as maybe like a mosquito. They're just always trying to get in your face. They're really annoying.
Nice. Yeah.
So they can jump. They will teleport over the top of you. They will get right up in your faces if you let them.
Nice.
I think 6 MP, 5 MP.
Oh. Oh wow.
So gravity is a great idea on them.
5 MP.
Yeah.
Nice deal. Imafugo. I remember them being docile, take damage and die, kind of mob.
they're not too bad. They do a short range attraction.
Okay.
So
So don't let them get linear is a general rule for all of them.
Yeah, with most of the things in this dungeon, you just want to keep them at bay, keep them under control, and then you shouldn't really have too much issues. The only real issue then is obviously it is a wave fight, so you have to keep that damage quite constant.
Right on.
I'm just going to make sure none of my characters auto disconnect from time. Fantastic.
Look at this. Look at this beautiful lineup. Oh, I'm showing off your wings. The new ornament.
My wings.
Iliocalypsy. That's so cool. That is so cool.
Actually,
spectacular.
Since we're doing this. Oh, and for the guys watching that, I was doing the stream a couple of weeks ago. I finally finished that egg.
Let's go. Let's go. There's one last thing I really wanted us to discuss before we get into this, is the general plan of attack. So we've got a map with a central bit where you have 2 rows of walls, essentially.
Yeah.
And what are we going to do with it, Mr. Black?
Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can go around this fight. The teams you can take can be quite versatile. It isn't one of those ones where you have to have a Krag, you have to have a Panda. It can be done multiple ways, but the strategy I personally use, which I have done, it makes clean hands achievement quite easy.
Yeah.
So
that is, unless you have me in your team and I ruin it in the last turn before we finish the fight.
Yeah, that happened, didn't it? The once was that
it
you
did
that
happen.
Did
Yeah, in Queen.
Yeah. So
yeah, I remember that.
Essentially, I will absolutely abuse the Sadie's infected state. And what we'll do is we'll bunch everything up in this little area here.
Yeah, here.
Now, this wall here is directly linear. So, as long as we don't let them get around that corner, they're not really going to bother us. And if one does get out, there is another little hiding spot just down the bottom.
Let's go.
So,
I get it.
We should probably talk about King himself.
What? The minor... He's a minor personality in this whole fight, isn't he? Harmless, very kind, doesn't do anything, just sits there and takes damage.
If you do it right, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, let me bring up the encyclopedia again. Okay.
But today we will show that method where he becomes completely harmless. One of the scariest dungeons in the game becomes as simple as drinking a glass of water.
Yeah. And I will say, a death is always possible. It usually depends on the spawns. So, yeah, it all depends where he spawns, where the mob spawns, and it's like, if something, just like with any fight, if something goes wrong, it can cause problems. But yeah, so that's what, so someone has described the Emetsu as like when you have a fly in your room and it's always landing on your face. That is exactly what an Emetsu is like.
Nice. I've got a question for you, Mr. Black. Piercing shot. I haven't used it since the revamp, and I'm very curious about using it this fight. What do you reckon?
So
it scales up in damage. It hits multiple targets.
So as
what do you think?
Can see, I don't actually have it on.
Okay.
Piercing shot. I haven't got it on.
You've We've
Yeah,
got a message from
I'm.
Pick Me Up. He's saying if you do this first try, we'll get triggered. All I can say is get ready for some hardcore triggering because we are doing a first try.
Yeah. So I will completely agree with Pick Me Up. Sorry, not Pick Me Up. With Eslix in the chat, devouring is far superior.
All right, cool, 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 cool.
Um,
Yeah, and we've got 2 cross, so we should be bouncing that bad boy around.
yeah. Even
Yeah.
then, for King, yes, and for something that strays from the group a little bit, maybe. But predominantly explosive, assailing, fulminating,
Nice.
all of the AoEs we can.
Deal. Gotcha. I'll keep fulminating on. You said you're playing explosive, tyrannical, don't care.
Actually,
Sure, we're good to go. I've got crushing on.
That's actually a good thing. Exploding arrow. What's it? Boom.
Yes, instead of tormenting. Yeah. We were saying earlier, Eslix, we've all watched your videos and we are determined to finish this dungeon in 3 minutes by playing 2 crowds with exploding and see how we get on.
Yeah.
Fireworks galore.
But yeah, so as Eslix has just said in Malt's chat, doing a Sadi and Kra, you can do it. For trio, I've done King and Queen, both with Sadi, Kra, Panda.
Yeah, super
first
easy.
go, absolutely no issues.
Yeah, and this is why we've decided to start with this one, because I think, knowing you very well, Mr. Black, you have the edge in this dungeon. I think you've put your hand on the pulse of what makes it really easy. And let's go without further ado. Let's pulverize King Imagami with this one little trick that the government doesn't want you to know.
Yeah, and I just want to say thanks ever so much, Yara. That's absolutely amazing, mate. Thank you. Okay, well, yeah, if we get started and kind of talk about the classes, kind of what basic equipment and setup I'm using as well when we're in it. All right.
I think I got too close to the mic.
Let's start this fight. All right, so for the guys watching, so first thing I'm looking for, I want to know exactly where King is. Okay, so
He's gonna spawn at the bottom.
This is actually quite an interesting one because usually they will tend to spawn at the top. So we are essentially going to be doing almost a reverse fight, and some people don't like this. I quite do. So instead of hanging around this kind of bottom area by the Emerald, we're now going to be up, hiding essentially the opposite side.
Nice.
I'm gonna put... Yeah, about that's about the best we're gonna get. And it's quite interesting having that emotion where it is. Alright, so one of King's things is he will teleport by us, MP reduce, and if he gets the chance, he'll also bring loads, I think it's up to 3 of his allies next to the entire team. So first thing first, just going to make sure, let's make some space for the team and get them out of there. The only thing I'm going to be a little mindful of is this Mushin is going to be able to get to the Kras at the moment. Alright. Okay, mate, on your turn, can you do as much damage to King as you can? And then, you've only got a couple of MP. Where is that emotion? Yeah, and you'll be fine there.
We are sort of forced to stay here in line for the time being.
Yeah.
But we won't be here for long.
Alright, so realistically what you want to do is try and get King down, turn 1. Turn 2 at the latest.
So when you have it, would you qualify this start as the worst possible start that we could have gotten?
No, not quite. You can definitely have much worse starts than this.
So are we aiming to get behind the walls up there?
Yeah, so we just want to make sure we are hidden. You know, we want to have them locking themselves in this area. But realistically now, if we're looking at this, everything's already down one side. The only one that's not, apart from the panda, is the Sadi. What is very nice for the Sadi is turn 1. I've already got. That's the secret. If we could summarize what makes this dungeon easy, if you have a Sadi, in one word, it's the infected state. Yeah, straight away. So I'm running about 100 and... I think it's 186 MP reduction. Which you don't need to go that high, but it is nice.
I think we will organize for the Dofus books for all our gear at some point. At least when we post it on YouTube, it will contain all the details of every set.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, Mr. Black, about the white glyphs that have just spawned right now?
I definitely can. So imagine them almost as... almost like a bomb. Well, it is a bomb. So at the start of his next turn, they all go boom. Anyone that stood on it will take a significant amount of damage, but it's not massively life-threatening.
Okay, so we're just going to sustain that damage.
It can do about 600 to 700. So what we want to do is we want to start getting
Let's go all the way up
here.
And then
so yeah, once we've phased King. Oh, so one thing with the summon. So once you phase it, whichever character is closest to King will get the summon. So as you see here, my panda was the closest. He got the summon.
Nice. And we like it to be the panda generally, so that he makes all the placements and then deals damage on top of that.
Yeah.
In his next turn. Sort of doubles down the importance of the Sadi, of the panda. Positioner and damage dealer, while being a tank.
Okay. So they're not quite all bunching up for us just yet. So it is a little bit of a slower start than usual.
Sunshine.
You having a sing there, Malt?
Yes. There's this song I really like of... I don't know if you're familiar with the chap. He's called The Kiffness. What he will do is scour the internet for viral clips. Fun, nice little clips. And just turn them into a banger of a music title. So he found this little chap in South Africa that's singing very innocent, lovely, kind voice. And turned it into a masterpiece of a music. Yeah. And what he does is he will always track them down, find out who they are, and revenue share with them. So all the royalties go to them, and any sort of collabs or things in the future that happen, they get their share of the revenue as well.
Nice. So for the guys in the chat, obviously we've got Queen. So she lasts for, I believe Eslex will probably correct me on this. I believe it is 4 turns. Once those 4 turns are up, then essentially she will disappear, and that is then when King will come back.
He's back, and then what do? Give him a good bounding. We have a question in the chat, and I've answered it on your behalf, Mr. Black. Can you give us a quick rundown of the kind of set that you're running for MP reduction while dealing mega damage, as we've seen now on the Sadi?
So it is as you've said in the chat. So it is a Wukan set which is strength and agility. So
nice.
My panda's not actually got much to do here at the moment. So for the guys on my stream, I can bring it up. So it's part corruption. Then I've got the possessed ring and amulet. Then Castanet, the K-apostrophe, and I'm actually using Bleeding Heart boots as well. Just an MP trophy just to kind of give it a bit of a boost.
A little, yeah. But as Volcasaurus has shown in one of his theory crafting videos, if you're doing pretty much any dungeoning game, you want to be at the sweet spot of around 160 MP reduction. Anything more than that is overkill because of a feature that is embedded into the game itself, which limits all MP reduction at 90% anyway.
Yeah.
So even if you have 10,000 MP reduction and you're going against a Peewee, that's about the maximum you'll be able to get, is 90% chance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lunaset is crazy for its MP reduction.
Way.
Okay, so as you guys might
What
see,
just happened now?
Okay, so obviously you've got ink paper, yin yang. It is two sides. So when one of these monsters is phased, it will then summon its ink, or if you're doing the other dungeon, its paper counterpart. When that one is killed, that is when you will actually kill that monster. So the ones just
So you don't kill it when you phased it, you just make sure that you're summoning its counterpart, and when you kill the counterpart in a given number of turns, then the original mob dies.
Correct.
And that is the difficulty of this area.
If you fail to kill it, the original monster will come back up, and you will have to start again. So hence the reason.
Full HP again?
That one is full HP.
Only we know and make us feel alright.
Okay, so
This is why I love that. Look, they've got 4 MP, right? 4 MP. 4 MP. 3. Let's go. Some damage. It's pretty decent damage as well. I mean,
it's
for an
not,
MP reduction set, you're doing well.
It's not massive, but it's enough. And just
We've got an interesting comment here. Everything I said about the MP reduction is being qualified by Slix here in the chat. Yes, but to get to 90% chance to MP reduce, more MP reduction is much better. I see what you mean. With my NU 270 MP reduction set, I managed to get cat size to 0. Wow, even after turn 21, you can't do that with I see what you mean. Yeah. So essentially, if you have 160 MP reduction, you are reducing MP consistently, but you're not bringing down to close to the absolute maximum. And aiming to get close to that is done by having more MP reduction. But I suppose what I was saying about the Volcasaurus theory craft, the exercise he's done with evidence and everything, is that there's a diminishing return. The more MP reduction you have, you're sacrificing a lot more other stats, so damage, HP, crits, in order to get that little extra, for which the return is marginal.
Sorry, Malt, very quickly. Just a little one we could do here. That Amushin, if you push that 2 back and then fulminating, you'll actually catch that rock around.
Let's gravity this bad boy. Let's shake. That Imetsu. I mean, the mosquito analogy is just on point. Because the way they move, the way they teleport, the way they are in your face, everything about them is ugh.
Okay. Okay, so that's one gone.
Yeah, share your set with us so we can see what sorts of set you're running.
Okay, so
sacrifice much interest.
So for my panda, quite a standard kind of tank set really. So but 2 parts of Anaris, Slobberpuss. I hate that fight. Oh, never doing that again.
Say no more.
Yeah. Then, yeah, just your Ivory, and obviously the biggest thing, Jessica.
Lady Jess.
for my
Although I think for a fight like this, you could get away with a servitude, honestly, for a range damage reduction instead of close combat, since we're not sticking next to them.
Yeah, definitely. Then for my Kraz, I am still using No Marrow, Spilling, Jahash, and then weirdly, my favorite weapon is a Strange Wand.
Yeah,
It
I
has
don't know
been
why
for
you
a
like
while.
it.
So, well, when you have a massive amount of critical damage, it hits 3 lines.
Do you get to use it often, though? Like in a fight like this, are you making use of it at all?
If one gets close, definitely.
Gotcha. It's a good 3 AP kind of use.
Yeah, it's pretty much the old tormenting arrow.
Yeah. Oh, we missed that. Oh, let's not talk about it.
Okay.
It still hurts.
So, turn 4, we start again.
Ah.
So, first thing I want to do, get things ready for infected state. So, if I pop that there, I don't think you would mind just giving it a quick lashing.
So the emotion, the new one.
Yeah. So where I've positioned the Panda, the Ultra, if you're pushing that back, it won't be able to get to us. It will have to just sit in that area and wait. Yay, Queen's taking a bit of a battering, which is fine. Is that one phased?
I've shared the set that Eslix is talking about in both chats for everyone. I'm gonna pin it in both chats, which honestly looks remarkable. I see what you mean when you said that you're not sacrificing much with this set. If you don't mind me asking, how many years have you spent theory crafting to find this combination? Wow. You're right. Oh, look at this, look at this. By placing this there, I'm able to connect the dots and have a fulminating and then attract. And then 1, 2. Let's have a look at the DMG. What? Nothing happened. Oh, there's nothing it could damage.
It's currently invulnerable, mate.
Well, I thought I was that powerful that I could hit through the invulnerability, but here we are. Mere mortals. Boo.
Okay.
Would surely
What
die.
is useful in this one is something like rain.
Yeah, one day I'll find the secret. The cosmic global secret of how to hit through invulnerability. Until then, I'll just take the L's, the losses. So, Mr. Black, did you actually do Slobberpuss before they allowed you to control NPCs? Is that what was happening?
I did not.
So, did you actually win it before the change or after?
After.
Ah, you had to wait for it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was on a Saturday, it's a bit of a challenge. The MP reduction's nice, but if it somehow gets next to you, you're in a bit of trouble.
A spectacular pick. I'm honestly stumped at the quality of the item selection.
Okay.
I've got to look up Lunar set. It looks sick. I've never engaged with it. Maybe because it's a power kind of set.
So my
20 air damage.
Yeah, that's what my NU uses.
What? Hold on. How much MP reduction has it got?
200.
222 without the shield. That is insane. And with just one trophy.
Yeah, I think my NU's got 280 or something.
MP reduction.
Okay, so what you guys might have seen there is all of the mob has just gone poof. So when Queen dies, King comes back. Now for each phase, this glyph will get smaller. So the first one, it is 4 in size. Next one would be 3. The one after that is 2. So any of the monsters which have been phased, when they're in it, if
Gone.
they instantly die.
Nice.
So
I like that.
So you can do the whole fight essentially by just crowding them around.
Oh, is that a way of doing clean hands?
It is a way of doing clean hands.
Oh, there you go. I've learned something new today. Spectacular. Are we taking the damage this turn? Just accepting it?
I'm gonna just stand there. No, I'd rather
Join
just,
the army.
I'd rather just face king again.
I know you can make it. Oh! Oh! The damage for 2 AP! Oof, 900 for 2 AP. Good grief, what is happening here? Oof! Oof, oof. And then everyone around it will get damaged after we're finished with it. Holy moly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Arrow
that.
of Judgment. Ah, yeah.
So you can see, like, we're really not taking much damage. I only really bring the
Pretty
enemy
much.
because I want some extra AP.
Johnny.
Cool. Now I want to get.
Let's see some MP reduction. Come on, give us some exciting thing to take home with us. Give us some TikTok clips. Right, 6 MP.
I go. Second of reach. Not quite.
Ooh, are you lacking range?
Yeah.
Can do something about it next turn. Is King not he's not lost any MP.
Nah. He's okay.
Because we're not phasing him before he plays again.
No, we're not.
At least you've slowed down the march of everyone behind substantially, that they're sort of still there. They're not getting any closer to us.
Well, King will run up and probably teleport one next to me. Or two.
Two.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all. Makes it easier to bunch them up.
Yep. But I can see, when does that Imarok go? Oh, sorry, the Imafu go. Okay, so I am going to try and just block him in a little bit. And also give you a nice fulmination.
I tend to agree with you, Pick Me. I found King to be remarkably easier than Queen for some reason. I know it sounds ridiculous and all, but
So,
I absolutely found it to be a different kettle of fish altogether.
So, I can give a kind of explanation for that. So,
Ooh.
where King is very aggressive and will run straight up for you, Queen will run for you and then run away. She'll essentially use shove off. But on top of that, so she will run away, so she's hard to lock down. But on top of that...
Did you see that? 2,500 damage? No way for 2 AP.
I am going to kill it though.
It's fine. You can bounce damage off of it. It's quite nice for connecting dots as well, for fulminating and other spells like that.
So, but yeah, so Queen has a really nasty poison.
Yeah.
Which will keep on stacking up and stacking up as long as she can get... it is... line of sight, I believe. It's either line of sight or linear. It's one of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hello, Exterminator. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Sevi as well.
Hey, welcome. Okay.
Just a quick reminder to anyone who joined both chats recently. What we're doing essentially is making a YouTube guide, but doing it as a stream. So we've collaborated with Mr. Black today, who is a specialist of King and Queen, because he has one of the most OP sides I've ever seen. And he has a method that makes this dungeon essentially a walk in the park. So what we're doing is going through it. We've explained what every mob does, its weaknesses, their strengths, how King operates. and we're doing an actual demonstration of how to make this dungeon as harmless as possible. And then we will turn that into a YouTube guide that should be uploaded in the next few days. So stay tuned for that.
Alright, so one thing I am looking at here though is where Queen is. 'Cause obviously her attack is linear or diagonal.
Diagonal, yeah.
Yeah, which is from 2 range. So I want to try and benefit from that the most I can. So if I
So by throwing her closer to them?
If I put her here, straight away I've got an attack on the Emushin, the Imafungo, Imiyama, and the Imarok, so I can get as many in as possible.
I'm being called out in the chat. Sevi's saying, so basically I'm getting leashed by Mr. Black through this dungeon.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the first or the last time, I can guarantee you that.
No, so there's the 1. 2,
Nice.
and when
Linear and diagonal.
Yeah, and when you attack, it does push back as well.
Oh, beautiful.
And
So extra positioning.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm gonna give my cry the AP this time.
No! The better cry is not getting AP this turn. What a ripoff. But you know what? It's okay. I'm going to do a utilitarian turn by buffing everyone. Hold on. Everyone down here is already...
The Imafugo at the front.
There's not much. Yeah. Right. So let's pulverize that bad boy. Oh. Right.
Okay, so now we need to be careful because that Fugo can goes straight after Minecraft. And it is right in front of us.
Yes.
So,
Do you know what I really missed from my spell kit is Burning Arrow, because it pushes linear. We could have benefited from that, I think, this fight. So let's add that to the list of things, just say are interesting to have. How do you mean Exterminator? Where is it? You mean the dungeon or the guide that we're making? Yeah, but Repulsive Arrow does not push multiple in a row, unlike Burning Arrow that would push 2 or 3, all of them, scooch them behind.
they also can't be pushed at the moment. They are enrooted.
Yeah, in rooted state, yeah.
Which is probably a good thing to mention. Once something has been phased, the original one, it can be picked up and thrown. But otherwise, otherwise it can't be moved.
That is one of the most peculiar things I can't wrap my head around. If they are in rooted state, how are we able to pick them up and move them?
Not a clue.
Isn't that counterintuitive?
Yeah, no, it's just one of those weird mechanics.
It feels like it shouldn't be happening. So rooted you can pick because it's not heavy. Only heavy stops you lifting a mob. I thought rooted combined every possible gravity, heavy, all of them at once. I thought it was the ultimate combination of all sorts of gravity states. But no, we've learned something today again.
Okay, so we've got one more full turn before the next wave. So you can kind of see how, like where King is. If we can, I want to try and bunch them up a little.
It'd be nice to have more of them around there.
Yeah.
It's easier to do if we were at the bottom of the map than where we are now.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I see what you mean. In other games, rooted state would mean ultimately unmovable no matter what you try. But I have a question then. So if a panda is in a rooted state, you know, that spell that he can apply on himself, does that mean you can still lift the panda? Or does that only apply to mobs, so enemies that you fight? Would be interesting to test, or if anybody has the answer. Can lift. Okay. So I'm just fundamentally misunderstanding how rooted state works. Nothing.
So what have I got? I've just got.
So the panda's ability to lift things is that's the problem. It's out of the ordinary. There's no other thing like it in the game. I see what you mean.
Okay. That's about all I can really do for that one. Yeah, maybe
That's not bad damage. Does the any cell have the ability to give power?
So no.
Even through one of those fairy things that you can send.
I must admit I have not even looked into it. My NE gives me AP, does a bit of moving, and a bit of healing every now and again.
I don't know about you, Sev, but which part about my lack of understanding of how anything works about the rooted state made you think, huh, this guy should be doing a guide on how everything works?
Yeah. So I would definitely prefer to have the AP than the power.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I'd rather have one extra attack than a slightly stronger attack. I agree with that. Yeah, good idea.
Alright, so we've got a full new wave incoming now.
By the way, Eslix is saying that you still can give power with any, but you can't stack it. You
Yeah.
can't have it in conjunction with AP. So I have to
Yeah,
choose.
it is the other variety.
Ooh, that emotion has ran away. That Shinlam. We need to grab it.
Ah, it's okay. Alright, so that's
Away.
pretty much all ready to go.
Fale pas déconner. Fallait pas déconner. That's what we're aiming for. We want them all bunched up around there between those two lines of walls, so we can just AoE, AoE, AoE blast. Boom.
So that's that one.
Casanova.
Wow.
Oof, mega damage from Queen. Oof. You able to smack the Shinlam, or have you already done it? You've moved it.
Yeah, I've moved it. Yeah.
But it hasn't lost any HP, which is odd.
It might have been sacrificed if there was one around. Yeah, that's strange.
So will you still be able to... I'm getting something on power buffs and how you can give AP to one and then power to the other. But I don't think that would be good for us for the Cross. We want both of them to be AP'd.
Yeah, so yeah, you can do both, but yeah, they just don't stack, unfortunately.
I forgot to go back. Help. Help.
Should I just leave you there?
All exposed like that. Ooh, I'm already getting cold. No, please, bring me back. You'll realize with the Crow that there's not much else to do as well, because all of them are invulnerable. Thank you. It's very kind of you.
Just for you, mate.
Spending 4 AP on me like that.
Yeah, I know.
Evil.
So I don't even have much to do myself this time.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Exterminator, are you able to redeem the music pick? I've made it so cheap to use. If you haven't got enough, I'll add that to the playlist anyway. Because why not?
Okay, so now we can see that the Imarok is sacrificing. Everything's invulnerable anyway.
This shit. In the last stream, Sev was spamming Little Dinosaur singing whenever the music was banging, and Viper added a bot so that every time we put /dino, there's a line of dinos that just come up. But it's hilarious. I don't know how long I'm gonna find this funny, but I think it's gonna be a long time. Wow, that emotion can hit through walls.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not very happy with it. Quick check, where are we at? This is the last wave.
It is.
That was quick. That was quick. We should have planned like 2 dungeons for a stream, because this is looking very already sealed and done. Maybe we should do Queen after this, who knows. Let me know what you think in chat. Ça sert à baiser mort.
Got a good few,
Wow, she does serious damage. Wow.
good few attacks in there as well.
Yay! I like what he's done now. Put himself in the line of fire. Oof. And then jumped outside of it.
That's absolutely fine. So as soon as King comes back, I believe I got Soothing Bramble ready.
Look at that damage sharing. Goodness. Oof. Madre mia.
So this is the point I was saying about earlier. That Imarok will not phase due to its damage share.
Yeah, it just happened now. I could have dealt that much damage, but he just dodged it. So we need to send some damage his way directly.
Yeah.
Where is he on the map? Ah, there. So the threshold is 450, but he still will not phase until you hit him.
No, because
he's
not the one that's been attacked.
Fair enough.
And thank you for gravity in those two.
Oh yeah. Can't stand the Emetsu jumping around. And also, every hit I sustain, I lose 1 AP and 10% extra damage from the Ochre and Volbis, and I really do not like that while playing Kra. Do you still have that legendary pet that gives AP to nearby characters?
No, I actually sold it.
Oh.
I wasn't using it, unfortunately. It just turned out to be a bit of a waste.
Didn't we get it for this specific fight a while ago?
No, I got it for Nidus.
Oh yeah, that's so true. With the composition where you have 3 Kras surrounding an Eni, and then the Eni doing his thing on the left side.
Correct.
Gotcha. Look at that MP reduction en masse. Love it. Alright. Exterminator. Are you still in the chat, Exterminator? We have a music recommendation that has been redeemed. RCMP pour Flotofik. I still have no Fuktuk. Can you tell me if the sound is just right? I'm gonna increase it a bit. I've increased the volume a slight bit.
Okay, so King is already back. He's locked in. So as long as he stays there, it's not going to be an issue. This little Metsu is more of an issue. So I'm going to get him in the back. This Rockaram up here needs to go. So we can put him just there. I'm sure you wouldn't...
Perfect position.
Wouldn't mind finishing him off.
What, 4,000? No way I can deal that in one turn.
I thought you were the best Kra, mate. Come on.
No! I'm the best girl when you're not around. Wink, wink. Alright, so we do this.
Where's that fulminating? I want to see that fulminating.
Ooh.
We have got that.
You want to see if it
We've
for me?
got that.
You want to see it for me? Look at that. Woo! Wee!
Nice.
Love it. The heals are quite substantial on this bad boy, Imiyama.
They are.
Hmm.
Okay.
Can't believe this is the last wave already. It was speedy. It's still, no matter what you do, I think this is still a 1 hour long dungeon. So if you're coming to do this, I would honestly recommend budgeting an hour and a half if you want to do it and make sure you get it first try. Because what you don't want is to get to wave 3 after 15 minutes and then lose the fight and have to redo it all over again. A mega waste of time.
Yeah, I think for myself, like, obviously, I've always been a Sedita. So I'm used to fights being a little bit slower. Whenever there's a Sadie in a fight, it's always a bit slower.
Whoa! Did you see that? King Imagami minus 5 MP. What the hell was that? Wow. And for 2 turns as well? No way. That's not right. For 2 turns?
2 turns.
Whoa. He's got 0 MP. Yo. 0 MP, 1 MP. Holy moly. And you do that to all of them regardless of where they are as long as they are infected.
Yep. Everything.
I think Sadie should get less hate. I've said it.
Yeah.
I've said it. There it is. Sadies are cool.
Like they're for PVM, they're absolutely fantastic. They're not about doing massive amounts of high damage. It is control.
This song is a banger. Thank you very much for that, Exterminator.
Right. I found
What were you gonna say?
So for fights like this and Vortex, a Sedita and Vortex is broken.
Oof. Oh, let's go. Look at that fulminating. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. There's not much else to do.
Okay. So we've got a Nambram at the back. We've got the Emetsu at the front.
I've got to say, Mr. Black, we have made it work while flipping positions, but I much prefer being at the bottom because I find that they bunch up a lot more, so we have less to do to get them into the right place.
Yeah.
Less effort from our end.
Yeah, up here, it's definitely a little bit more of a pain, but it is just because of the bunching.
But that is an excellent point to prove that the idea, the principle of how to do the dungeon works whether you're at the bottom, whether you're top, left, right, as long as you have shelter, clear line of sight, and you sort of use that middle of the map, that central bit, with 2 walls and just bunch them there. It works, it works.
Definitely. I don't think my panda's tanked a single thing this fight either, so like obviously the bunching has worked. Like get everything thrown in, just kind of leave it there. Okay, so how many have we got left? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Plus King. And we've still got one more Queen as well.
Oh yes, after we phase him. So that's most useless Queen we will get all fight because we're pretty much done.
Yeah.
And look at that, Tank Panda not taking any damage.
So
Don't you love to see it?
So that Emetsu then had 0 MP and still managed to jump.
Wow.
And get out of there, so...
They'll have no fuck to give. Inata parle pas chinois, je peux la comprendre sans sous-titres.
So I'm guessing everyone's probably wondering when you're heading on the X Factor, mate.
That's not allowed. That's a yellow card, mate.
We just have a bot pop up now, just a big yellow card on the screen.
I should set that one up. I think you'd be collecting if we did a counter. Like you could ask the bot how many or who has the most yellow cards. You'd consistently be at the top.
Oh, 100%. I'd make it my own personal goal to be at the top.
We've got a real life Sergio Ramos here. Coming live from Australia. Let's go. Oof, look at where she spawned. Oh no. How come she spawned that far up when the panda was closer?
So clockwise. So everything, most things in this game go clockwise. So it'll be the closest character clockwise. So I would have.
That would be Micro.
Yeah.
Oh no, because you were out. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it was just a 50-50.
Or maybe it was the line of sight. I don't know. The thing about King and Queen, if you go to what is it called, Dofus pour les noob, it is useless. Have you noticed that?
King, yeah.
Yeah, the wiki on King and Queen are rather useless.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still telling to use a bomb wall. Which I personally...
What is this, 2007?
Yeah, personally I would not use a bomb wall here.
I mean, it works. I've seen it be done and done properly, and it works.
Yeah, oh, it'll work, but it definitely makes it a lot more difficult than it needs to be.
I gotcha, I gotcha. That's the thing, you can't hear the music I'm playing, can you?
I can't.
That's why I think I have a nice singing voice, because you're getting it a cappella.
Cool. So we've just got this Imagami coming up the outside a little bit, which he's probably going to come up for Queen.
Holy shit, man. Oof. Vibes. Let's push it. Sacrifice a bit of damage and then keep it there.
So does anyone else in the chat have... Right, does anyone else in the chat have any questions about this dungeon? What kind of... yeah, if there's anything else you might want to know about it. Like there might be something we might have forgotten.
Questions, you've heard the man. Pop them in the chat if there's anything you want to know about a mob. Gear, I think we've posted one of the most brilliant sets I've seen for MP reduction. We've covered the gear, we've covered the characters that we're playing now. You can clearly see the NU, the NE is purely for buffs, AP, keeping everyone healed and topped up. Tukraj doing pretty much all the work. And the Sadi is la pièce maîtresse. He is the key to this dungeon. Infect everything, MP reduce everything, and just keep them where they are for the Kraz to pick them apart one by one. Nice. I'm gonna stay on the Vigilant theme. I really like that music. I'm just gonna let it roll.
I'm not going to be infecting us quite as much now.
It's okay. How many mobs have we got to kill left? 1, 2, 3. 3 in King, right?
1, 2, 3 in King.
Easy.
Alright, let's get that Imagami back in the group, shall we?
Yeah, that would be really nice and much appreciated. Whoa, look at that. Tofu mode panda. Let's go.
Yeah, it's always fun when you've got an Eka, an NU, Panda, Sadie with inflatable. Just put all your MP on one character. Uh, no, good question. So yeah, you definitely don't need to have a panda for this dungeon. It is like most dungeons; they are very useful. I think as long as you have a way just to keep them back, and if you're using a Sadie bunched up, then you should be absolutely fine. What level you need for this dungeon? I think as long as you're relatively well equipped for the level, you should be okay at 190. But you would have to know the dungeon.
Really?
You would have to know the dungeon quite well to do it at that
Mm.
level.
You can see right now on the screen how the Crow managed to do some placement that works in our favor. So you definitely can do a lot of placement with other characters other than a panda. But we all know that panda is the OG. Nothing beats it for positioning. Oh, Kralov is open. Are we going there next?
If we get out of it fast enough. How long does Karlov stay open for these days?
I think half an hour, unless it has changed. But once you access it, once you're inside, that's it. It doesn't. You don't go out unless you've lost or repopped out.
Right, let's get everything reinfected. Oh, I'll just do that. I know King's about to come back, but it's okay. And ever since Manifold also reduces MP now, it's given Saddies more MP than they really need, to be honest.
Insane. And I've noticed something else. You're constantly gaining MP with every attack. What on earth is that all about?
Aggressive. So aggressive Bramble. Obviously, it is affected by the infected state.
Yeah.
Everything it hits, you gain 1 MP, maximum of 4 per turn.
Right, okay, wow. So if you've got them all infected, you're pretty much guaranteed to play with 4 extra MP every turn.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I definitely see why Saddies are abused in PvP.
Yeah. So I have no idea what they're like in PvP. I haven't used mine in over 10 years at least for PvP.
Fair enough.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe one day me and Eslick should do a PvP stream. Both of us and just
It'll be the most disastrous one.
let's see how badly we do.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a 2v2, the new mode. Just the two of you jump in there with PVM gear. The power of friendship. Let's go.
Okay, let's have a look. What have I got? That one.
Go on.
And I don't even need to kill
The
that,
Mabram at the top is the only one left.
Yeah,
I don't know that you can reach it.
I can't. There you go. You like me, I can have some shields. Hit.
Could I have a quick music volume check, please? If it's too loud, too faint.
Cool. So, when it gets to this point in the
One-on-one?
You can definitely just kill Queen.
Yeah.
Just so you can actually start attacking.
So when she dies, King comes back.
Yeah.
But before he comes back, there's a number of turns, and if you don't want to wait that certain number of turns, hit her hard.
Yeah, just kill Queen.
Yeah. You'll realize that a lot of your spells don't affect allies. like the push ones and stuff like that. So that, let's go. This is what I do in dreams. This is why I find it really easy in dreams. What if you time it correctly, like we've done now, you could kill him with the panda or the first character that plays, or even the second. And so everyone else has a full turn on it, and you just phase him. So he essentially never plays aside from the first turn where he starts.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's just a punching bag.
A very, very fun one, because his resistances are shocking.
He's got weakness in all the elements that matter to Kraz. Fire. The old Tormenting Arrow used to do mega damage in this place.
Yeah,
But they've nerfed it. It still hurts.
Yeah, be, what, 23, 2400 a hit.
Of course, of course. What's up? What's up, Dercia? Pop your question in the chat for us. I think now is the time to bounce some devourings.
Alright, you get it. We'll get it up to 3. I want to use Sentinel. I want to see what I can hit with it.
Oh, spectacular ending. Let's go. Go on, go on. Let's go. Let's go. A sail in. Yeah. Sentinel. Let's go. What do we think? I think 2,500. 600 TikTok moment. Someone clip this. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Just because the Endy's not had much of a go.
Yeah. What's up, Dercia? What's your question, man? So, I have a team of 6. This is also for you, Mr. Black. While you're playing, I'll read it out loud for you. I have a team of 6. 3 PGs, but I think I will only use 4. I have Iop, Panda, Annie, and Oogie. So is Annie an NU or any Ripsa? I think is better to change the Oogie into another class, and I don't know how or what to select between, let's say, Ilio and Feka. So you've got a team of 6, but you want to downsize to 4. Got an Iop, a Panda, an Eneripsa, and an Uginak, and you want to swap classes. What do you think, Mr. Black, is the perfect swap in that team for the Uginak?
So...
Iop, Panda, any.
And I never ever thought I'd say this. My Panda is actually going to kill a boss.
No. No.
Yeah.
No. Let's go. Yeah. 55 minutes, 20 turns. And that's how King Imagami gets done. First try, no sweat.